What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Hobby Collab Hobby Show.
Yep.
Today we have chosen to paint Chosen.
Good.
Both.
Good one, Cire.
Yeah. If you've seen our last game with Chosen, you see that they're super strong, probably overpowered, so we're going to build a bunch more.
Was that right? Is that right?
Yeah, I don't really remember if that's how it went down.
Yeah,
no, they all died.
They died.
They died immediately.
Yeah.
Which means we need more.
We need more.
So we're going to be painting up some Chosen. Well, I'm going to be painting Chosen. You're going to be building some Chosen.
Yeah, we have two Slaves of Darkness armies here at the studio.
Yeah.
Cire has a more cavalry one. I have a more foot one. He's adding some to his cavalry one. I think is a good idea. I'm going to add, so we have 10. We
yes.
can take a 10 block. Because actually what happened is...
I had a 5 block.
They had a 5 block.
And it was okay.
I think I attacked and killed 2, and then you attacked.
No, you killed 4.
No, I think it went... You went somewhere else first.
Yeah.
Then I fought you there.
Yeah.
And killed like 2 with one thing.
Uh-huh.
Then I went again later, and then they didn't do much. Then I went again later and killed the other 2.
Yeah.
And then you fought twice. I think to really get the cool fight twice thing popping off, you need like... Because you'd had 6 left.
Yeah.
6 would have done some work.
Some damage, yeah.
Some damage, yeah. So, listen, we do want to remind you folks at home, if you enjoy the show, give this stream a like, please. That costs you nothing. Just give it a like. If you're not subscribed and you're watching, give us a subscribe and consider becoming a member.
Yeah.
The one thing we want to, we do, listen, we do a little business stuff around here. Not a lot. We do a little business stuff. We are on the hunt for more lab mandrills. Not that there's anything wrong with being a lab rat, but there's candidly the reason we kind of like to know how many mandrills we have is whenever people gift memberships, little behind the scenes YouTube here, whenever people gift memberships, those are lab rats.
Yeah.
And gifted memberships are amazing.
Yeah.
But they don't always give us interesting data, or not, it's interesting data.
Yeah.
They don't always give us a full picture of how we're doing with memberships.
Yeah.
Whereas if you become a lab mandrill, that is purely a
self-inflicted wound.
Self-inflicted wound. Perfect phrase for it, I think. So that's why. And as we've mentioned, the biggest perk we have for our lab mandrills are classes that we give online in our Discord.
Yeah.
Everybody can join our Discord. You don't even have to be a lab rat to join our Discord. There's the QR code.
Right there.
Yep. However, what I will say, this is pretty cool. We actually even are working on a third super awesome painter to start giving classes, who's kind of local. So be on the lookout for that. We talked to him last night. That should be happening pretty soon. So in addition to Devin, in addition to Timbit, this guy I won't give away too much quite yet.
Yeah. So that means you have access to small class tutorials with literally award-winning painters, all for becoming our highest tier membership, which is what, $8 a month?
$8 a month.
It's a great deal. Yeah. Normally you have to pay $50 to $200 for personal classes like that. So,
of course, we're not. There, it is online.
Yeah,
he's not seeing your work straight eyes on, but in some ways it's you just take pictures and anyway. Okay, so
what are we doing today, though?
Well, yes, but really, real quick though, right? Because we need to talk about the fact that we are actually. Oh wait, this one doesn't go anywhere else. Well. We're on a membership drive. We're on a membership drive. We're trying to get 69 mandrills. That's just a professional decision.
Our favorite number.
Yeah, it is our favorite number. And we're at I forget where we're at.
We're getting 50?
there. We got one today. I think it's 50. So I think we need like
19 more mandrills before we hit our goal. And the reward, our stretch goal, is we're going to be painting up some legendary models, some big, what's a model, growing up, hey, man, when I grow up, I hope I can buy that model someday. And then it went out of stock and they stopped making them.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting some of those models. We're not going to say exactly what they are, but some big, huge models.
Yeah. I'm starting fresh. I've got 2 sprues of Chaos Chosen.
Yep.
5 fully painted in the other room. We need 5 more. Pretty straightforward. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing?
I'm painting some Chosen, and I'm going to be doing no airbrush, so if you want to show.
Yeah.
So here we have our Chosen. Slightly kit bashed. I think I don't remember what weapon this guy had normally, but I switched it to a maul because I liked it better. I'm going to be painting this guy, no airbrush, all stippling, with some jades like this. Oh, where is it? Sorry, our camera got reversed, so I don't know where anything's at. There we go. Starting with this, as you can see, it's backwards because we had to flip our camera.
Yeah, what is going on with that?
I don't know. We don't know what's up with that. Anyway.
We've had some weird random things happen,
Just random.
like tech-wise recently. So part of me does wonder if any of it is associated with the weird crash in the internet.
I think it's ghosts.
Yeah, I don't know.
I blame ghosts.
Ghosts.
Okay, but we were talking about our favorite number. We're also going to talk about favorite words.
Yeah. Should we get into it?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, do we want to get into the first part?
Yeah, let's get into the first part.
Let's get into the first part.
All right, before we get into painting.
Okay, before we get into any painting, what favorite Games Workshop word has the highest total dollar value, Cire? Now, talk about what we mean by this.
All right, so as anyone who's played any amount of Warhammer for any amount of time has
Games Workshop games.
Yes, Games Workshop games in general, they seem to know about 10 words and then mix them together.
Exactly.
So we're thinking things like Storm Speeder, Storm Surge, Storm Keep.
You know, another one I thought of while I was getting ready is Blade.
Blade, yes.
Blade Wind. Blade Guard.
Blade Geists.
Blade Geists.
Right, so there's all...
Blades of Corn.
They know about 10 to 20 words.
Yeah.
So we wanted to go do a little research, because this is a lab. What is a word that if you were to... Okay, you can choose one word. You go to the Games Workshop website, you get everything on that associated with that word.
Yeah, and
right?
you want to be one of like a 80s or 90s greedy game show contestant where you get it. You don't really care what you get. You just want the highest dollar value.
Yes.
Classic capitalism.
Classic games.
Quantity is out. Quality is out.
Quantity is in. Yeah. So we did some research. We have some of our favorite, what we thought were going to be the most expensive words. We're curious what you all think in chat.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Tide. Yeah.
Graham's right. Tide. Spearhead is like a phrase they use. Spear maybe.
Spear maybe.
Yeah. Spear. Suit is not something they use. Umi.
Well, Tau. Blood. Blood's a good one.
Blood's a good one.
Guard. So yeah.
Guard. Yeah.
What would you think?
We're gonna guard. Every army has a guard. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it in a little bit. I think we're coming in a little hot. Maybe turn us down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about it in a little bit. Yeah. No. Okay. So Umi,
Oh yeah.
So here's the thing.
We've got something for you there.
So Umi says 510 results for suit. So most of those won't have suit in it.
Yeah.
Right. So we actually had to go and check this. A lot of the words we chose, it was like, oh, there's 3,000 results, and then we went through it, and it was only ended up being like 100.
Yes.
So, be careful with that. Also, we said you can't choose Warhammer or War because that would be
you can't choose War. Yeah.
War or Warhammer would have been too easy.
Yeah. So we believe me, Cire and I
spent hours doing this.
We did literally spend a couple of hours doing this today. We stumbled a couple times. We had to go back and do things.
Redo some.
Believe it or not. And a lot of that is just because of how bad Games Workshop
Games Workshop site, not great for searching.
Not great for searching. If you know the exact name of what you're looking for, pretty okay.
Yeah.
But if you don't, then you might be in trouble. So, suit, you'd be surprised. There probably isn't. Oh yeah, let's go back to.
No, I need a brush to mix this around. I just realized.
Oh yeah, grab any. Wait, no, don't use that. Meg will kill you.
Where's the bad brushes?
Use anything from the cup to the right.
Okay.
That's fine.
This is a bad one.
Yeah. Okay. Not anything from the cup to the right. Make sure it doesn't.
All right. So we're going to talk about our findings shortly.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let's start painting up some Chosen. So.
Yeah.
I realize I don't have a cup of water, but I think I'll be all right.
No, we can get you one real quick. Up there. Yeah. Let me grab.
Okay. You want to switch to me and then we'll go. All right. So what I'm doing is I have thinned down some dark jade, and with some glaze medium. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab over off to the side. I have a piece of sponge, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to sponge this on the entire thing. There we go. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to have that texture. And because of the weird shape of the sponge, it's going to leave these weird, like, shapes. This is probably going to require a couple of passes, but make sure you're getting it, like, in the crevices. This is similar to how I painted my my Demon Prince's armor, if you've seen that on the previous stream.
Kind of interestingly, actually, this isn't interesting. It's just outright cool.
What's that?
The tweezers he's using came from Rudy.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Rudy.
Is Rudy in chat?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, I have some. So these tweezers are auto closing, so I'm not like having to break my hand trying to keep this closed. So I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. The main reason is I like the texture it leaves. But also, I'm trying to do some non-airbrush stuff for people. I know not everyone has access to one, nor do they want to. Or
yeah, we did actually almost with the same colors. We showed off painting some terrain with all sponge work. The board that got used, if you guys watched Monday night's game.
Yeah.
Monday night's game was who? You and me?
Yep.
Yeah. Cire and I played on a board that had, go back and watch Gloomspike Hits versus Slaves as Darkness. You can also check out what happened to The Chosen. We played a game, and in that game we used the board where a bunch of the terrain, including the large kind of like temple pieces in the middle of the board, were entirely sponge painted. And this is actually the first color I put down too, Cire.
Oh really? Dark jade.
Yeah. I remember we kind of talk about like when you're doing stone, it's really, what I find is you put your first dark stone color down.
Yeah.
Then you pick either a blue or a red. You could even do a yellow, or you could even do a green.
Right.
But you put some kind of color down, and then you go back and you do a medium gray, and then you do a light gray.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like dry brush white or whatever. If there's a lot of edges, you want to hit the edge highlights for terrain. But that color in the middle, if you do get a chance and you're serious about wanting to try sponge stuff, do go check that game out. Just tune in and check a top-down view, because you'll see how nice that terrain came out, and you'll see the teal like peeking through the gray, and it does a lot.
It looks good.
It looks good. It makes it, and it just makes it look more real. It weirdly,
Yeah, it adds some texture.
Texture. You wouldn't think that like adding, like, oh, if I skip the red or the teal, it'll be fine, right? You wouldn't think it would add a lot, but it does.
Come on, focus.
Folks at home, what are you guys painting?
Yeah, what's everyone working on today?
What's everyone working on? We do a lot of Sigmar here. Anyone painting any cool Sigmar? Getting ready for any events? Anyone go to any GTs or RGTs yet? If you're a more competitive player, if you're a narrative player, or just a casual player playing at home, have you gotten any games in yet? Anybody excited for 4th who hasn't gotten a game in yet?
Oh yeah, I'm really loving 4th, honestly.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
Everything. I don't know. I feel like it's simple enough that I feel like I can actually just pick up another army's rules if I need to.
Yeah.
Which is something that I would have never thought, in any game system.
Yeah, it's interesting. You kind of want the core rules to be simple.
Yeah.
And then you want all the richness and, as Matt Rose would say, tactical depth and richness to come through in the missions and the pack and the armies, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, how are people feeling about the indexes? Like, listen, a lot of people are like, oh, indexes have a little bit of a weird reputation. When the 8th ed Warhammer 40,000 index came out,
yes.
Were you playing at that point?
No.
Okay. One of the biggest complaints about it, folks at home who played Warhammer 40,000 when 8th ed index came out, you may recall one of the biggest complaints, that there was an initial hardcore complaint, which was, wow, like, my army doesn't have very much flavor anymore. And
I'm trying to go up.
I'm sort of wondering if people are feeling that about Sigmar right now. The second complaint came as people played, and I don't know if this one has started to happen with Sigmar yet either. So, complaint 1, armies lacked flavor.
Okay.
Complaint 2 then later kind of was like, oh, we start to find a few things that are absolutely broken.
Absolutely bonkers broken.
So for me, I'll talk about 2 that I remember, folks at home. Sorry, I have a question. Is it gonna, if we're here like this, is it?
That's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to switch up, just to show that you can use this method multiple ways.
Okay.
I'm going to switch to a stipple brush. Actually, I need to go to a smaller one.
Instead of
a sponge, but the point remains the same, is that you want to have marks, right? This leaves marks. in a certain pattern. So I'm dabbing this off. Dabbing it off, dabbing it off.
So,
yeah, see, I'll show in chat.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, no, that okay. Took off too much. It's
the second complaint came from a few different
marks like that.
like a few different units just being
Bonkers good.
just broken. Yeah, the two big offenders I remember right off the top of my head were Tyranid Hive Tyrants, especially shooty Tyranid Hive Tyrants. Monsters kind of got like just good in general in 8th ed. So you didn't in combat, so you didn't need to like take a bespoke weapon on the Tyranid Hive Tyrant to have him be good at combat. He was still just like good.
Bonkers good.
Because I think they had something like they all had like AP, some crazy AP or something naturally just by being a monster.
Yeah.
Like being a monster just gave you something awesome. I can't remember. So everybody was taking the shooty one, and do you guys remember how scary AP 1 Strength 6 shooting was in the game? Because it was wounding everything on a 2.
Yeah.
And it was Strength 6 AP 1 shooting tended to be in the flavor of like, well, I either take that or I take like this gun that has Strength 8 AP 4 but has 1 shot, or I take the Strength 6 12 shots, right? So people were taking the Tyranid Hive Tyrant with the double Brain Leech Worm Devourer thing. And he would deep strike, he would fly, he was super nasty at psychic, he was super nasty in combat, and I mean, I remember literally people being like, actually there's no incentive to take anything else in the Tyranid Codex, you should just only take like 6 of these, and that was literally a list, was like 6 Flying Hive Tyrants was the list. You guys remember that? Also Crisis Suits.
Yeah. Well, you know how, I don't know if anyone knows, I don't like crisis suits.
Yeah, I think
I have a strong hatred for crisis.
You hate them, yeah. I remember that's how Brian Pullen won. I think SoCal Open at the time was like you could just deep strike any. That was his list for that. You could just deep strike. I think like 4. Like you could take a ton.
Yeah.
They came down within 8. They hit on 2s. Basically, people were taking like 4 fusion blasters on them.
Yeah.
They dropped. They blew up a vehicle. They blew up a monster. You pretty much had to roll 1s. You got 4 dice. I think you got like a single reroll or something.
Yeah, and it's just like
you dropped and you just pick things up. Yeah.
That's no fun.
So, have we found anything like that yet in 4th Ed Sigmar?
Not yet. I've been hearing some things about some ghost boys.
Yeah, I think that you're hearing that in our thread because people want to razz me. I don't think Nighthaunt. Listen. I've been saying that people were not literally. I've been saying that people were sleeping on Nighthaunt. I think they're good. Again, I'll make the same point that Vino made, or one of our mods made, which is that everything went down to the Nighthaunt level, and at the Nighthaunt level, Nighthaunt are pretty good. Because they counter a lot of what's going on in an army, right?
Yeah.
And I think when the 3rd Ed book came out, that was sort of like a design philosophy, was like, we actually can't make this that good.
Right.
Because if this is as good as every other army and it has all these cute tricks, that'll be a problem. Nick, Nighthaunt, 70% win rate at one event. That's from one event. You cannot check a win rate from one event. Almost no matter how big it is. Like, you just can't do that. My opinion. I know hopefully Steven's not watching. I know everyone's going to like lose their shit on me for saying that as somebody who's playing Nighthaunt and taking a competitive Nighthaunt list to a competitive event in like 2 weeks. But I genuinely feel you should not base that off one event, right? Just like Cruel Boys had a 35% win rate. They're still apparently horrible, but are they? And that's the thing. It can't be true. Everybody, sorry, we were here. We did the coverage. People were so freaking excited for Cruel Boys.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean they're wrong. They could just be wrong about how good they are.
They could be.
I think they sounded fun. I don't think
that's
means
what
they
you
were
and I
good.
said. That's what you and I have been saying. But I don't know. I think they're good. I think there was a Cruel Boys player or two there who just either was new to the game, young and new to the game, had really bad luck, had really bad matchups, and
went up against Nighthaunt
and had a 35% win rate. You just can't base it off one event like that.
I think one thing I've been hearing is scary is the Abraxia Archeon Varangard. I don't know how good that actually
end
is.
up within that army that's so many points.
That's it. It's Archeon, Abraxia, and 6 Varangard.
Oh, that's it.
But I think that adds up.
That's
He's like 900 points.
It's 8 models.
That's 600, and then she fills up the last. Yeah.
There's not even like a sorcerer on foot.
Nope, I don't think so. Unless I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay, and that's apparently pretty nasty.
I mean, I don't know how scary it is actually. It's just it's so few.
Of course, right off the
models
cuff, it
and-
has some problems. Right?
Yeah.
It's 3 assets.
Yeah.
So it's like immediately a little iffy. Doesn't mean it can't be absolutely busted though.
Yeah. Doesn't mean it's not going to slap.
Fascinating.
I may have over thinned previously,
Okay.
so I'm gonna.
Can you show what that looks like?
Sure. Well,
It-
over
it-
thin. This is not over thin.
No, sorry. On the model. And
Oh, yeah, sure.
Your theory, it looks almost like translucent. Like
Well, that's
it's
what you want.
tinted. You want that though.
You want it
Okay.
to be slightly transparent or translucent.
Well, so then what's the problem?
It should have been a little more. Come on, focus, please.
Oh my God! Nick says Abraxia, Archeon, 3 Varangard, and Be'lakor. That doesn't even make sense.
All right, so the one on the left obviously is the one that has the layer of paint on it, and the one on the right doesn't. That's after 1 layer. You are normally going to put 2, and this is also the very first layer, so don't expect to see a ton of color until probably So I'm going to do 2 layers of this dark jade, maybe a 3rd layer, and then I'm going to move up to standard jade. That's when you'll start to see the real differences, and that's when it's very important to have the paint very thin. But I'm going to do 1 more because with glaze, it extends the drying time. So I'm going to wait for that to completely dry on the other ones, and I'm going to work on this 3rd one.
So, Saray, this time around, I'm not building the champion.
Uh-huh.
The guy holding the skull, or
Yeah.
no, not holding the skull. The guy beckoning you.
Yeah.
And instead of building the alternate sculpt, and it's so cool. He's holding a 2-handed sword.
Yeah, and he's like,
yeah,
Yeah.
what? He's so cool.
yeah. He's a cool dude.
Where's this guy been? Yeah, okay. So, and listen, Nighthaunt, I don't know. So, here's the problem with Nighthaunt. Nighthaunt kind of have this inbuilt problem that a lot of elf armies historically have had, which is that when you look at I used to say this about in 3rd ed, when, like, people were learning, here, you and Brad and Megan and John were all learning Sigmar. Whenever we play Nighthaunt for the first time, I'd be like, it sounds like on principle that you will never be able to beat this army.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
like they fall back and charge. They all have fly. They all move 8. It's a 4-up unrendable save. They have a 6-up ward. This ability you have, they ignore. They give you a minus all the time. Like constant, right?
Yeah.
But what I would say is there are armies. I'm defending that Nighthaunt. I don't think are as good as people say they are, even though I was the person previously saying that they're really good.
Yeah, you were just saying that people are sleeping on
I'm
them.
sleeping. Now I'm trying to walk it back. And what I'll say is, to me, Nighthaunt strike me as an army that you won't keep losing to.
You only lose to it once.
Not that you only lose to it once, but you'll get it. I think the same with my spiders. Like, you and I were both kind of shocked by the spiders.
Uh-huh.
The next time around, like, we will both play differently,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I'll also bring a slightly different list.
You'll bring a more powerful list. We toned your chaos
Yeah.
list down, thinking that they were bad, and I will not ask anyone to tone down against the spiders. The problem is that things don't hurt as bad as they used to.
Yeah.
And the spiders kept all their wounds.
And mortal wound output, right?
And mortal wound out. But the spiders, it's honestly, it's the same as the Nighthaunt. They literally really didn't change. If anything, they got a little bit better in a couple ways.
And the field changed.
The field changed around them. Yeah, I think both Nighthaunt and Gloomspike Spider Fang are in this bizarre position where it's like, this army used to be pretty bad, but everything else got bad, and they didn't really touch them all that much.
Yeah.
Okay, should we jump back to... This is looking good, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I mean...
It's looking bad.
I mean, not really right in a way, but I can tell it's going to a good place. Okay. Okay, here we go. Saray.
Yeah.
We asked people favorite. We got some takes, right?
Yeah.
Any other last minute takes before we're going to talk about the 5
We chose, yeah.
we chose 5 words.
Yeah.
and we researched the dollar amount
Yes.
of each of these words by doing a pretty intensive search, especially Cire. Went back, Games Workshop search, kind of weird.
Kind of sucks.
Kind of sucks.
Okay.
Here are the 5 words we chose.
Thank OBS. We don't want to update right now. Remind
Install?
me later. No, don't install.
All right, Storm,
Yep.
Lord, Stormlord, literally.
Yeah, Stormlord is lit. Yeah, that's on 2 lists.
Two lists. Blood, Assault,
Blood, and dark.
Dark/darkness.
Yes. We figured dark is included in
Yeah.
the darkness because
Yeah.
you would if you search for that word, dark's in there.
Right.
Okay.
Should we go?
Let's see. Yeah, chat. Before we go,
Yeah, what
let
do
us
you
know.
think?
What do you think?
Everyone put it in. Everyone put it in chat. Which one of these, when you add up all the products
Yeah.
with this word, costs the most? And also, we're going to ask for some prices when we get to the first
Yeah,
one.
we'll give you a baseline.
We'll give you a baseline. Okay. So everyone take a few minutes. Take 2 minutes of class time to figure out, to put your best guess in, which one of these words has the most highest dollar value associated with it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go through them.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. So I'm starting my second layer on the first guy I started. Paint's mostly dry.
What are some other good ones? Blade,
Blade.
Knight.
Knight was one.
Both with a K and with an N.
Yes. The problem is you'd have to choose one, right?
You'd have to choose one, but both are prevalent.
Yeah, both were quite
Yeah.
prevalent.
What
Yeah,
else?
there was a lot of words that were similar but not the same. So it was like vigilator, stuff like that.
That's kind of how we started.
That's actually how we started.
Trying to figure out what words got used like a lot
Yeah.
in the setting.
Yeah, specifically Chosen, right? That's actually where it started. It was like, well, there's Chosen for Age of Sigmar, and then there's Chosen in Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah.
And it must get really confusing because they don't look that dissimilar.
Yeah, I mean, they are... Chaos is interesting in that regard, right? Chosen
Yeah.
are sort of a concept that... it's the same concept in both games, too,
Yeah.
right? Like
It's the elite warriors
Right.
of Chaos.
All right. Brett says darkness he thinks is going to have the most value. What else? Anyone else agree with Brett, disagree with Brett? Maybe this wasn't our poll. Also answer our poll while you're at it. There's a lot of homework. A lot of classwork.
There's a lot of classwork when
classwork.
Zach and I are on.
Yeah. Tell us what you think. Darkness, Brett says. We'll start in 1 minute.
Yeah, you got 1 minute to...
1 minute.
We know someone said Tide. Someone said Suit.
Yeah, well, those ones, no. So right now, though, of these 5.
Of these 5, what do you
these
think?
people think, right. Think about things. Think about costs,
units. Think about paints.
Paints, yeah. Okay, we're gonna show you the total dollar value. We're gonna try to recall some offenders.
Mm-hmm.
All
right. Has it been a minute? Nice.
And then what we'll do afterwards is we're gonna show you the most expensive thing with each one of these words.
Yes.
Yeah.
The results may surprise you.
The results may surprise you. Are we ready?
We're ready. Let's start. Okay.
Okay, here we go. First off, assault.
Assault.
Intercessors.
Assault. Oh man, there was a ton for this one. Actually, no. This was the one. Was this the one with the least?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah. So yeah, you have assault intercessors. You have assault
Right.
terminators. Assault centurions. You've got. It was
Yeah.
very 40K specific though.
Yeah, there's no AOS stuff really.
Yep.
And no Blood Bowl.
Yep.
Keep in mind all the other games, right? Assault was the least. What do you guys think the dollar value was?
Yes. Everything that has the word assault. If you go to
Yeah.
their website right now, GW, and tallied up everything that has the word assault in it, what do you think? If you were to buy one of every kit.
It's totally a wild guess. We're asking you for this first one. We're really asking you to pick a number out of thin air. We know
Yeah.
GW stuff is expensive, so think about what would the whole everything with this word.
Yep.
What is it going to cost? We didn't really know.
We had no idea going in. We were
actually-
surprised.
We had some low numbers, and then we were surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Right.
All right.
If you bought everything with assault, Connor says $450. Cody says 5 smackaroos. All right. It's actually $4,013.
Yeah.
Liam T was the closest, 2,000. Yeah.
So 2,000 pound. That's pretty close to. That's not far off.
Yeah. So.
So this gives you a good baseline for assault.
It does.
The word assault.
Okay, this is assault. All right, so this was the lowest one, though.
This was the lowest, actually.
Okay, darkness next.
Darkness was the second lowest.
Second low. So what do you guys think? Darkness. What's this value? You know, $4,013 worth of things with the assault word in their title.
Dark had a lot of stuff, though.
Dark had a
dark
lot.
Elves, dark.
But
angels.
But see, here's the thing. When we did our search, it was pretty obvious that they are continuing to use dark elf as a metadata word.
Yes.
But none of those things are actually called dark.
Dark, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so we didn't include them. So we didn't include Dark Eldar because there is no Dark Eldar.
There's no
anymore.
unit that is called a Dark Eldar.
It's Drukhari, right? And yeah, also that's the other thing, right? So what we did is we needed it to show up in the search term, and this is what we used. It showed up in the search, and it had the word dark, or in this case, darkness.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Zach says $5,200. Saul says $6,000. Rob Stark says yo.
Yo.
All right, 8,000. Wow. Okay, here we go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready? Okay, here we go. There was actually pretty close. It was within $100 of assault.
So darkness and assault,
18,000, Cody. Get out. We were guessing. We were like, one of my initial guesses is like some of these words might get up to like 15,000.
Yeah, right? No, they're not going to be that high.
Yeah. Pat C, welcome to Lab Mandrill.
Oh, thanks, Pat.
Yeah. Good to have you. We know this guy.
We know that dude.
Okay. So yeah, no, Brett, those are the conditions. You had to type in the word, it had to show up in the results.
Yes.
And then the word actually had to be in the results. It couldn't just be hiding in the metadata.
Yes.
You know, people still call these dark elves. People still call these dark Eldar. You can actually learn a thing or two about the metadata from GW and that they're still doing that.
Yeah.
But still, if it was a Drukhari Raider.
It was Drukhari. There's no dark in there.
We did not include it. It didn't have the word dark anywhere in it. Yeah, Cody, you need to calibrate a bit. Okay, next highest was Storm.
Storm. So this is going to be things like Storm Boys, Storm Shadow, Storm Surge.
Storm for me, right out of the gate, Storm for me was the first word I thought of when we thought of what is the word GW overuses.
Yep, Storm Speeders.
Yeah. Now, another thing to think about, now we're going to give you guys, good question, Brett. Now we're going to give you guys another piece of information. When you search in GW, there's a whole army that starts with Storm, Stormcast.
Yep.
Vindictors are not listed on the GW site as like Stormcast. Vindictors. They're just called Vindictors.
Yeah.
Where the word Stormcast comes up, you need to think it from a product standpoint.
Yeah.
Where it comes up is Stormcast Start Collecting.
Stormcast
Spearhead Stormcast, right? So some of the box sets, yes, but did we go through every unit? Stormcast, Vindictors?
Yeah.
No, they're not called that. So literally, like, what are they called? And to that end, one of the words we didn't pick was Chaos.
Yeah.
And a lot of Chaos things are called Chaos Chosen.
Yes, Chaos Chosen, Chaos Knights,
right.
Chaos, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another one with multiple meanings. Chaos Knights are both a faction, 40k, and a unit in AOS with the exact same name.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Was this the one? So, yeah, this one's a bit interesting. Storm.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah, we're going to reveal them, and then I'm going to talk about it.
All right. It went up by about close to 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What are you thinking? You said you had some thoughts on this.
We'll do it when we go to the next. When we show what was the most.
Oh, when
expensive.
we get to the most. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, what was the most expensive Storm unit?
Yeah. Well, be thinking about that. We're going to go through all those at the end here. Okay. Yeah, I between some of the Stormcast, Space Wolf stuff.
Yeah, I thought it would be higher.
The other thing that we start to learn, probably not surprisingly, there are two things that jacked up numbers.
Yeah.
One was box sets.
Box sets?
Yeah, one was box sets, and one was resin.
Resin.
Forge World.
Okay, I'll just to jump ahead a little bit. It was this one. Storm would have been the lowest, but a few kits just threw it way up.
Yeah. You guys can probably guess what those were.
Yeah.
Okay, next was Lord.
Lord was also was originally the lowest.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the lowest before I went through it.
Yeah. So Lord.
Or double checked it.
Lord Bastion
Carthalos
is there. There's a lot of I mean, Lord was kind of everywhere.
Lord is agnostic to every game. Lord of the Rings.
You brought this up. And so it would come up on Lord of the Rings box sets.
Yeah, exactly.
There are lords in... there's a Nighthaunt Lord.
Yep.
There's a Stormcast Lord.
Yep.
There's...
Vampire Lords.
There's Vampire Lord. There's...
Lords, commanders in Imperial Guard.
In 40K. Even before we get to 40K, there was also the other army that had lords was Chaos.
Yep, Chaos Lords.
Chaos Lords. And the Elves, High Elves, Lumineth. Everything had lords.
Yep.
All kinds of Imperial armies. Lord was, like, really common.
Yeah.
And showed up in the unit entry.
Yeah.
Like, this is the name of the unit.
Yeah, so, weirdly, we were talking about things like, okay, so... Darkness, it's not going to show them in Dark Elves. So, I don't know why, again, talking about how GW labels things, they would have Be'lakor, this is a bad example, actually. It would be Tzeentch, Lord of Change. Right?
Yes.
So, or there was another one that had Lord in the name, and I was surprised by it. Because it could also be Lord of Change, and then it wouldn't show up. So Lord of Change is actually on GW site multiple times.
Okay.
Because it will be under Lord of Change, whatever, Kairos Fate Weaver / Lord of Change.
Yeah.
So it's like there's a bunch of different.
At this point, we have to concede that we actually we weren't very scientific.
Yeah.
Then we went back and decided to be more scientific, and we kind of learned that GW was who was kind of preventing us from being too scientific.
Yeah. Their system isn't great.
Their system's not great. Okay, but Lord came in, kind of jumped up a bit.
Yeah.
Almost another 1,000.
5761.
You can buy
a lot with the word Lord.
Yeah, you'd have a lot of heroes and characters.
Yeah.
You'd also have a lot of Lord of the Rings box sets.
Yeah.
If you did this would be a good haul.
It would be a good haul. If you were not supermarket sweeping, but if you're game showing, like, you got to choose one word. Lord is a good one.
Ultimately, the winner was Blood.
Blood was the winner.
Blood was the winner. One of the things, of course, to keep in mind is, again, like, it's sort of weird, Blood Angels, but again, not every unit's called Blood Angels this.
Yes.
Like, they're not called Blood Angels Sanguinary Guard. They're called Sanguinary Guard. Right. So, meanwhile, when you searched, you did get all the Blood Angels.
Yeah, they would show you Blood Angels.
They'd show you Blood Angels.
But those didn't have the word blood in the SKU, I guess.
In the SKU, exactly. So, Blood was a pretty good one, and it jumped up quite a bit.
Blood is the winner. Blood is the winner.
Is the winner.
58-16, just barely beating out Lord.
Actually, sorry, that's right. They were pretty
barely
close.
beating out Lord.
So between these 5 words, something like $20,000 worth of products that Games Workshop sells regularly, MSRP, at their value. This is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Do you think, or anybody at home, do you guys think there's a word that beat all of these?
We're curious.
Other than war?
Yeah, we felt like war would win
because
you'd have War Master Titans and stuff like that. Titan wouldn't have won. We did check Titan.
Skull. I don't think we checked Skull, but I'm pretty sure it would not have won.
Yeah, I don't think Skull would win. But it's a good shout. Blood and Skulls.
Yeah. You then kind of start to get, like, one of the words I checked was Raven.
Yeah.
And again, it kicks up a lot of Raven Guard. But it kicked up after that less than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Some words you kind of are like, oh my god, there must be a million things with that word, and then it turns out there's like 4.
Yeah, it's like not very much.
And you're like, oh, but they're kind of iconic or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah, it was an interesting exercise.
It was a fun exercise.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, should we show?
All right, let's show the winners of the most expensive in the categories.
This is pretty fascinating.
Yeah, this is really, so keep in mind the order, right? The order was, what was the lowest? Darkness?
No, lowest
Assault.
Assault.
Assault was the lowest, moving up to Darkness, Storm, Lord, and then Blood.
Yeah.
So that's the least expensive to the most expensive.
Yeah.
But now we're going to talk about what was the most expensive single item in each of these categories.
Kind of in doing so, we can also paint a picture of, we also got painted a picture of how much each of these words actually got used.
Yeah.
And was Blood not the most used word in addition to also We have the sheet.
Blood was
Good thing I didn't throw this out.
yeah. It was either blood or
This is all our data, folks.
Yeah.
Actually, that's my to-do list for today.
so it was either blood or I think Lord ended up getting a bunch more later. So it's blood and Lord. So the two most
Blood. This is all blood.
yeah. Those are
All those things. That's blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Blood was the most. And then Dark. No, I think Dark had more than Lord.
Did it?
Yeah.
No, that's Lord. This is Lord in addition to the Lord you wrote.
Oh, in addition to.
Yeah.
Well, was this Dark in addition to the Dark I wrote? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
We did pretty good on finding the dark the
And
first
Storm was like meh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So fascinating stuff. Here we go. Turn this guy off. Okay, blood was actually the lowest.
Yeah,
dollar
the lowest
value.
in terms of the highest dollar value.
Yeah.
This was the lowest.
Yeah, it was actually this.
Blood Bowl.
It was this Blood Bowl.
Some other examples. So you had, was it Blood Rack Medusa?
Blood Rack Medusa.
Cauldron of Blood.
Some
stuff like that.
Stuff. Blood. Bloodthirster.
Bloodthirster.
Blood
Yeah.
Letter. A lot of corn stuff, Brett.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. And then the other thing is like sometimes I think a heresy would
Yeah.
because heresy like sells you a specific kit for Blood Angels.
Yeah.
They will include Blood Angels blank in the title.
Yeah. So they don't do the 40K thing where it's just like, oh, this is just Sanguinary Guard. They say this is Blood Angels. Crimson Paladins.
Right, or just Blood Angels like right, but they do it because you don't buy the same Marine kit for whatever chapter anymore. Right?
Yeah.
This is the game where you actually are buying a Blood Angels kit. You're not buying an Ultramarines kit, right?
Yeah.
So Heresy Blood Angels stuff showed up a lot. There's Bloodwind, Blood Rack Viper. These aren't different kits, but the Manifestations. No, they wouldn't have been there. Yeah, so it was Blood Rack Medusa, Cauldron of Blood for Daughters. Lots of stuff for both Khorne and
It was a lot of Blood Angels upgrades kits
Blood Angels.
for Heresy.
Then the other thing was there was a number of Blood Bowl.
Yeah, a million Blood Bowl things.
A lot of Blood Bowl things would include the title in it.
Yes.
Which is sort of a weird, like, oh, is that fair? But we really had no...
Yeah.
We had, like we said, GW, not the most scientific.
No.
But also Blood Bowl had these weird, like... It seemed to be anything that came from resin.
Had Blood Bowl, yeah.
Had Blood Bowl, like, any of the, like, little weird kits in it. Legion is a lot of results. Yeah, that was another
Yeah.
one. There are a few others. Okay. Next. Lord.
Lord.
The most expensive thing was the Battle of Osgiliath.
Yep.
Lord of the Rings box set.
That's right.
Looks like a pretty cool box set.
It's a pretty great box set.
Yeah.
But 210.
210.
Right? Are you seeing a weird trend here? So Blood and Lord were the highest in terms of overall count.
They weirdly had the most numbers, but they had everything. These were like the.
It was a million little
small
things.
Ball. They were playing some small ball
Yeah.
here. Yeah, this is kind of funny. Okay, everyone, what's the next word? Think about what is the most expensive thing with the word assault, the word storm,
Yep.
and the word, what's the last one? Assault, storm, and darkness.
Yeah.
In the title. Okay, here's darkness is next. Take a moment and think about what it is. Take a moment and think about what it is.
What is the most expensive dark thing?
Word with dark, product with dark or darkness in it. It's more expensive than $210. All right, here we go.
All right.
Everyone have their guess?
What's your guesses, people?
Okay. First chosen done. Okay, here we go. Slaves of Darkness Battle Force is a good guess.
That's a good one.
It's not correct, but it's a good one. The
Age of Darkness.
Age of Darkness, Warhammer the Horus Heresy, Age of Darkness.
Kit. Starter box.
Starter box, which we were also looking at this, like, this is a pretty good starter.
This is a great starter box, especially before they raised their prices.
Look how they are. You can. It's kind of funny to see how they're pushing one game.
Yeah.
How they're pushing games, right? Like, these are cheap
Yeah.
for what you get. The Blood Bowl and and Lord of the Rings. We know these games aren't as popular as Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
But wow, like they're just like pretty cheap, pretty good deals. I mean, there's a lot more stuff in here though, honestly.
Yeah.
There's
I mean, that's a whole army.
Look at all those dice.
Yeah, look at your... I mean, you also get the books, right? You get these big books.
You do get the books, yeah. Okay, next is...
The
most expensive is Storm, so next must be...
Assault.
Yeah. Assault. Okay, here we go. Assault. Can anyone think about what this is?
Yeah, before we go, does anyone have any guesses?
I'll give you a hint. It's not a starter box.
Yeah.
Not a starter box. And its title is blank assault something. Like assault something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Here it is.
Here we go. Liam T is actually right. It is the Mastodon.
That's right.
Actually, what is its full title? It's like
Mastodon assault vehicle or something?
Mastodon assault transport or something like that. Yeah. It is the Mastodon at a whopping $630. Wow.
Expensive. So it's, again, continuing this weird trend, right? Assault being the lowest as the second highest single item.
Yeah. This is funny. Mastodons are cool.
They're cool. They're a cool vehicle. I would definitely rock them.
There's a lot of little bolters in this thing.
I mean, you can fit like 50 infantry in it. Can you imagine 50 berserkers just rushing out of that thing?
Yeah, it's cool. I've seen one of these in person a couple times, only a handful of times, and they're just super cool.
Yeah, they're fun.
Okay, last one. Everyone think.
It's
Storm, right? It's Storm.
Yep. What is Storm? What is the highest item for Storm?
Yeah. You can go search it real fast, but
don't do it though.
Don't be a
cheater.
Don't be a cheater. Okay, here we go. Ready?
Give him 10 more seconds. What is your guess for the highest priced item? And it is Storm.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
We're revealing it.
Oof.
So what is this thing called?
This is called the Sokar Pattern Storm Bird. So no, this is bigger than a Thunderhawk.
Right.
Bigger than a Storm Eagle.
Right. Yeah.
It is massive.
Yeah.
And it is expensive.
I forgot this thing existed.
Yeah, I didn't know it existed until a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, when I was in the thick of Heresy, you'd hear about this was like the Manta of Heresy, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing here to show how big it is.
It's massive.
Yeah.
It's like maybe a third bigger than a Thunderhawk.
Mm-hmm. That's probably about right. I'm trying to think if you can get a sense of anything a little bit. A little bit.
The Contemptor can fit in the doors. The Contemptor Dreadnought can fit in the doors.
Yeah. I have no idea how many points this is.
I think it's like so expensive. I don't think you can bring it in 40K. If you can, not in a 2,000 point game.
I don't even know if it's in if it's even in 40K.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but do you think the price of these are so high just so they don't have to make them anymore?
Yeah. I have a question. I guess I can just look this up on my phone. Is it 1 in every 5 gets a banner?
Yes.
Like, I should do another banner then?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no reason not to. Okay.
Yeah. And that's our fun with words today.
Fun with words, yeah. We hope you learned something.
Yeah. We all learned something. We learned something about GW and their naming practices. Blood is a chaff word, if you will.
Gets thrown around a lot.
Yeah. And assault is an elite word.
Is an elite word, yeah. What's a word that should happen more in 40K? And
does it have to already?
Not just 40K. In all systems. Not Lord of the Rings, because that's kind of set. But we can't do anything about that. But like moving forward, what's a word you want to see used more? That makes sense.
I guess I gotta do curse words.
No, that wouldn't make sense. It would be a departure from their current word.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know. Dude.
God damn.
Chaos dude.
Chaos dude.
Chaos dudes. Here's my
my
Space
God.
Marine dudes.
No, I mean something like exciting, like axe.
Axe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Or
It's too much pressure.
axe, or what about
Glaive.
glaive is cool.
Glaive's a good one.
There's some weapons out there.
Yeah.
What about
Hauler. I like hauler.
Hauler's good.
Yeah.
Hauler's good.
Gun hauler. Grundstock gun hauler.
What about
Space Marine missile hauler.
That's a good one. Abyss. That's a good one, Cody.
Ooh, abyss. Abyssal, yeah.
There is
that.
Dread Abyssal.
Yeah.
There is, yeah. What else is a Abyss? Yeah, Abyss should be used for sure.
All right. Maybe I'm going to show where I'm at because I'm about to finish this second layer. All right. We are now at... We're doing the jade layer. Man, this does not... It looks much worse when it's so zoomed in.
On the camera, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a known thing.
All right, but see, you can kind of see this texture we're going for, right?
Yes,
We're
they're
still-
in the shoulder.
We're
pad,
still
for
in
sure.
a state where it's not looking amazing, but we're getting there. And look, these are chaos. They're not supposed to be nice and tidy. We don't want nice and tidy.
So, Chosen are 250 points for 5.
Yeah, oops.
So 10 man is 500 points.
Yeah, it's not a great deal.
Yeah, do you think it's a good deal?
No, it's a bad deal. They need to be about 20...
Follow up to your point. Do you think it is a good deal?
No.
Okay.
I think they should be about 20 points cheaper. Actually, no.
So 460 for 10?
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Okay. 500 for 10 is a lot. That's a quarter of
Chaos
an
Knights are 250 as well. So, like, I would
So
probably
take-
almost always choose Chaos Knights. Unless I'm doing an infantry heavy army.
I mean, but honestly, like, 10 Chaos Knights, 10 Chosen, and then Warriors are, what, 200 for 10?
Yeah.
Warriors, and then 400 points of characters?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fun army. That's a fun force, right? That's like a fun Slaves of Darkness army.
Chaos Fun Force.
Chaos fun force.
Okay. Here's the banner icon bearer I finished earlier. So you can kind of see he's got this like weird texture going on, which is kind of cool, right? It's almost like he's wearing like jade armor or like something like that.
Yeah.
All right,
It's really very easy to do
It's
that. And
super-
you've used 2
yeah.
paints. You haven't even mixed any paints.
Nope. Well, I'm about to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix bright jade. 1 part bright jade,
Are
2...
these mine or yours?
These are mine.
I happen to have like also just these paints in Pro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then, so it's going to be 1 part bright jade, 2 parts regular jade, because bright jade is too bright. We don't want to go up that high. Okay. I'm mixing over here. Here, maybe I'll show it on screen. Put way too much bright jade on my palette, so I'm actually going to move most of that out. And over here, we'll have a little gradient going on, but we mostly want to stay in this range here.
Liam T, I gotta say, I'm not gonna do it because I don't see me doing it anytime soon. And we already have 2 Slaves of Darkness armies, but Darkoath Horde, you guys know I'm super into Horde armies in Sigmar. Darkoath Horde sounds very fun.
I have 40 Darkoath. I have 40 of the little guys.
Can you get 60 foot guys and 40 Fell Riders in a list?
Good lord. Let's see. Let's see. Fell Riders are 125
For 5.
for 5. So what is that? 5 times.
I'm pulling
7.
up the. Let me just pull up the calculator. Okay. So
35,
250 for
sorry,
10.
5 times 8.
So
excuse me.
250 for 10.
Yeah.
So that's
Times
1,000 points. 40
yeah.
is 1,000 points.
So and then you need a leader. So you need a Darkoath chieftain who's 180 at least. Sorry, not a chieftain. The
Yeah, I'm gonna build.
You sort of build it.
I'm just gonna build my ideal Darkoath
All right.
on air, and then I'll
Listen,
share with
if
everyone.
you want to help me paint some Darkoath to my high standards.
You do have high standards, but
Yeah.
we both of us are pretty good at coming up with shortcuts.
Yeah.
So I think like I think we're very capable of it.
Accomplishing this.
Of accomplishing it. Darkoath Horde. I guess that's the one we probably want, huh?
Yeah.
What is
it's like they knew.
Replace. Yeah,
you can bring back.
Wow. Yeah, this has got Zach written all over it.
And like they're not good, but they kind of hit above their weight class against monsters because I think they get anti-monster 1 and 1, so they go to Rend 2 if you.
Let me ask you this: is the monster the Welder Fiend?
He's not good.
He's not good.
Not really, no.
Oh no.
He's fine.
All right. What about the Queen?
She's okay because she can keep coming. Okay, there's a weird thing you can do with Wilder Fiend, and if you have a bunch of characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you would probably want to bring a Wilder Fiend because I think in order to bring characters back, you need standard characters. And the War Queen's she's like okay.
All right, what characters?
So what I'm doing now is I'm adding some highlights here, and I'm just kind of choosing where I want to put a little bit. You definitely don't want to do very much of this. This is much more concentrated. So like here, for instance, I'm just gonna go here at the top and just kind of work it down into this like corner right here. Right? It's not entirely accurate to how light works, but I'm just kind of choosing some areas I want to kind of emphasize. I got a pair right here, so I gotta.
Oh, the Darkoath Chieftain is good. No wonder people like him.
Are you talking about the on foot or
the foot guy?
Yeah, the Darkoath Chieftain on foot is good. He
fights and then
the guy on the horse is not great.
All right.
Because he's 180, and it's like this is way too expensive.
Whoa! What? There's all kinds of Darkoath now.
Yeah, there's a couple of what do you call it? Like character units.
What's the difference between Marauders and Savagers?
Savagers, I think, hit a little bit harder, but they're the war cry. I think they're the ones that have anti-monster Rend 1 or something. You check their profile.
Critical Mortals.
Yeah, that's right. They get crit mortals, which is like not bad. They get 2 attacks each, right?
Yeah, you can give them a 5 upward for the rest of the battle if they achieve their thing.
Which is like fine, right?
Yeah. Okay.
They're gonna die to a stiff breeze, but.
Okay, here we go. Reinforce. We want units of 20 of these guys.
Can you reinforce Savagers though?
I don't know.
I don't think you. I think they're ones that you can't, which I was kind of bummed about.
Oh, maybe not. I mean, yeah, if they are a.
They're war cry, right? So here's like with our highlights again. We want this to look a little grungy, a little dirty. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to focus on the edges, areas like this.
Okay, there's 60 Marauders. And now let's do the Fell Rider, the chief on horse. Even if he's not good, he's still cool. We want him.
I have 2 of them too, so like we're going to use one of them at least.
Okay, here we go. Darkoath Chief. And now let's just load this up with Fell Riders. Are Fell Riders good?
They're fine. I'm going to say no, but they're fine.
All right, well, we'll take 20. That's 1440. I mean, okay, so 60 Marauders and the Chieftain, and then the Darkoath... Oh, wait, that's the wrong Chieftain. Damn it.
Yeah. There's a word. We need more chieftains.
Gun War Steed. Okay, my list, sorry, is at 1,500 on the dot.
Uh-huh.
This list is a Chieftain on horse with 20 Fell Riders in one regiment, and then a foot guy with 60 Marauders in the other.
Okay.
So this is big.
You're right. It is big. That's a lot of units, or a lot of models to paint.
That's a lot of models to paint. That's a lot of. That's not like Dread Save Harridans either.
No, they have cloth, like, metal, and fur and skin
all over them. Yeah, cool. All right. Anyway, that's 1,500 points. So I still have 500 points to play with. Honestly,
I think bringing a War Shrine was probably good. I think they can give no.
I see they unlock monsters. Some of the monsters, dude, I love the Fulminoid Crusher. I don't know if he's probably not any good, but I love that kit. The guy holding the boulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the War Shrine would work okay with them. I think because they're... Can you check if their keyword is undivided?
I think it is.
And then I forget what the War Shrine does for undivided. I think it gives them... I mean, none of them are bad.
Undivided. We're looking at War Shrine. Is that a hero?
No. All right, so here's this guy.
Oh, he doesn't unlock it, though. So you'd have to figure out a way to unlock it.
Never mind then.
I want only things
Switch back to
unlocked.
front.
Only things unlocked by
Via the characters.
via the characters.
Archeon. Do you have a null oil or a black wash? Something?
Oh yeah. You probably want the flashlight though. Here. Second shelf up are all the washes.
Second shelf up. Let's see what we got. That's Black Templar. Is this null oil? No. Okay, that's shade, not shade gloss. Here you go. Your light's still on. I don't know how to turn off your weird iPhone one.
Okay.
All right.
Did I just get... Oh no, that's this guy. What is happening here?
Is this dry?
Okay.
All right. Actually, I do need another brush already. So yeah, I don't know. Darkoath I think could be fun. If I get some help on it, I would definitely paint it.
Dude, Darkoath Horde. That's kind of cool about Chaos, you know?
But look, they'd have to be to this. I'd have to paint. The problem is they are such a pain to paint, and I would want to paint them to the standards of everything else in my army.
Right.
So that means painting each model is taking hours to paint.
Yeah.
And we would have paid 60 of them.
Yeah. Well, if you're just adding up, I mean, you might not need 60. I don't know.
And I would add the Fell Riders first because I already have some.
You already have some. Yeah. You have 5 painted or 10?
5, and I have 5 more.
Yeah.
I would do something like their heroes. I think one of them can only be hit on 6s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's like a person on a horse and they shoot bow and arrow.
That's cool.
That's what I guess Fell Spears already do that. They already have a ranged.
Fell Riders, yeah.
Yeah, they have ranged.
Have a shoot. Yeah, I
Can
think.
you give me a? I'm gonna show what I'm doing now.
I don't think just without knowing their stats entirely. I kind of know their stats. I think Fell Riders are interesting, like in your army.
An interesting screen, right?
Yeah. So I was talking about this in the Discord today. I was saying some of my initial observations. Okay.
This is just null oil, by the way, people.
Yeah.
Just to darken it back down.
I was dripping. I was chatting some of my initial observations on fourth, and one of my big takeaways after a few games is that take the flanks and or seize the center can really be a big trap turn 1.
Yeah,
you
that's
can
fair.
you can lose something important, and even if you put something kind of small there,
It's a springboard.
it can be a springboard into the rest of the army, especially for seize the center.
Yeah.
I think you really have to deploy for it, like put very little in the center.
Yeah.
This is probably what I would do if I was trying to score these two early on. I'd put very little in the center.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put very little in the center on turn 1, except for the 2 units going to seize the center. I guess I would put something crappy and then that can move fast and get 3 inches in the front, and then something good in the back.
Yeah.
That can be screened by the thing in the front. And then everything else I'd kind of get away from the center. I'd put on the flanks to score the flanks. But you're really splitting your army up at that point. That's not a lot of Sigmar armies work that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say my army. I don't think my army could do that.
Could be that split up. Yeah,
Yeah.
You're losing a lot of synergies that way probably.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I guess I could do it with like war. It's like, yeah.
Well,
with Fell Riders maybe, right?
Yeah, I mean, really, what I'm describing, what you want, honestly, Cire, is like 15 Fell Riders.
Yeah.
3 in the middle, 3 on each side.
How many points is that?
You said that's
350?
375, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 375 worth of Fell Riders that are, the 5 of them are dying immediately.
Yeah.
The flank ones might not. And then something that's probably where your chosen block is also. Can they get up 3 inches of the board turn 1 if they auto run? Because, like, if there's Fell Riders and there's 10 Chosen behind them, I'm not super sure. And then, I don't know, man. It's still, though, like... I don't know.
Maybe Chaos is just not an army that's meant for that. I think Chaos is one of those armies that's like, nah, we're gonna force the issue.
Well, I think kind of
we're gonna stand at the center. You can come get us or not.
But no, I sort of think they are good at it because they have the tools to put the fast cheap thing up.
Yeah.
And the fast cheap thing is 15 wounds for what it's worth, by the way. It's not nothing to get through it. You do have to actually get through it. And then you've got, Chosen are 3 wounds each, right?
Yeah.
So then you've got 30 wounds of Chosen behind. Like, but that is 875 points.
Exactly.
But that's 875 points to score 2 battle tactics and do other things. Like, it's not a bad place to start. But I think, like, you actually have to play that way. If you want to do C's and flanks, like, you have to kind of think about what's going to do it and what else are they going to do.
Yeah.
How quick are they going to die? What's going to die? Then turn 2, your 2 Fell Riders score the flanks. Cool. Hopefully they didn't die.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go out, like, in the game with Brett, I sent a unit of Harridans to go kill Free Guild Calv that took flanks on turn 1.
Right.
But I don't really know that I want to send anything out to hunt Fell Riders. Right?
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
Like, if you went in the center and did that, I'm, like, not wanting to get near Chosen. And then if you rode Fell Riders up turn 2, I'm not going to hunt down your Fell Riders turn 1.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm really not, right? That's, like, more, it's not worth it.
All right, so I'm going to wait for this wash to dry. Make sure I missed a spot. And I'm only doing the armor today. What I'll do, or maybe I'll show what's next, based on how much time we have left. For the cloth, I'm going to do Barracknar Burgundy.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing that is because it's a nice color triad. Actually, no, that's not what I'm doing next. Next, I'm going to add the Rust Wash. But I got to wait for this to dry first. So we have a nice color triad of a dark green, orange, and then like a purple burgundy.
Yeah.
It's a nice color triad.
Yeah, Seppi, I don't know. He's chatting. He's asking. He asked if we think they'll add more non-regiment hero. Like,
I hope so.
More heroes you can add in, right?
You want to switch this to the front because I'm not going to be doing anything interesting.
Yeah.
I hope so. I know what you're saying, Seppi. I feel like a Chaos Sorcerer... My army slaves to darkness. Mm-hmm. So like a Chaos Sorcerer Lord doesn't feel like it should be leading a regiment, to me. That should be something you can add on.
In my mind. Same with like a Cities of Sigmar Battle Mage.
Yeah.
Alchemite Warforger. Yeah, Wizards should not be...
leading regiments.
Leaders. Unless they're... Zinch or like...
Or a Sorcerer Lord on Manticore or something.
Some kind of thing that is like a leader guy that dabbles in magic or whatever is a little different. But yeah, just like your basic wizards and stuff don't... I would say maybe a Bloodrack Medusa. Like she's okay to lead a unit lead. But like, yeah, I'm kind of with you. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some armies have gone... It's been some interesting decisions on who gets there and who doesn't. Who is the little
add-on character.
Who's the simp who gets added into the unit? Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I don't... What's been done... I'll tell you this. I can't stand that a Web Spinner Shaman on foot is not an add-on character.
Yeah.
Absolutely be an add-on character for a Web Spinner Shaman on a Ragnarok. Lore-wise, like, he got to battle on the Ragnarok. He hopped off during the battle to run around and cast spells, right? Like, he really should be an add-on character. Web Spinner Shaman on foot. That's one example. Little Goblin Wizards, come on. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. Liam, I think you're right. I think it's probably a point that they know they can balance pretty easily in the near future.
Yeah.
They can, the very first one, I imagine we'll see some, and maybe we'll see some lose it. I'm not sure. Cities of Sigmar Battle Mages are very good, but lore, that's always a balancing point. Like, Cities of Sigmar Battle Mages might be good enough that they shouldn't
be
there
add-on
because of gameplay purposes, but lore purposes, and currently without worrying about too much how balanced things are, I feel like it makes sense for them to be there.
Yeah.
And they're really not even that good. They just get to pick one thing.
Yeah.
They get to pick one spell ability.
Yeah.
And get +1 to cast it at the start of the game. It's not bad. Yeah. +1 to cast one spell.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. You'll
use it.
Yeah. Trees get a tree lord they can add on. Oh yeah, like a Spirit of Durthu or whatever can then add or a Tree Lord Ancient, right? Can add a Tree Lord. Yeah, that's sort of weird.
Me and my tree lords, buddy.
What did your army have? The Exalted Hero?
Nope. Exalted Champion is not one. So my army.
Yes, he can be. He's a.
Oh, is he?
I'm pretty sure
I
he
don't
is.
think so.
No, he has to lead a regiment.
Actually, no, that probably doesn't make sense. Let me double check. I know it's the Theridon or Myrmidon. The Legion Chaos, what's it called? Not the Legionnaire, but the guy who's a centaur for Legionnaires.
Oh, Marshal.
Marshal, yeah, Centurion Marshal. Yeah, you're right. It is our add-ons are the Centurion Marshal, Exalted Hero of Chaos, like you said, and the Ogroid Myrmidon.
Yeah, so the Exalted Hero lore-wise is cool. This is the same.
Makes sense.
The High Gladiatrix is the same way.
Yeah.
Like a High Gladiatrix should not be leading a squad.
No.
She's not a leader. She's inspirational.
Yeah.
She's, if anything, she's more almost a totem, which isn't a thing anymore. But like, yeah, she should be doing awesome shit because she's like the top witch elf.
Yeah.
But she shouldn't be leading.
No.
You know, it's kind of like in companies when they promote somebody who's good at their job to a manager. That's not necessarily a good move, right? That person might just be good at their job. They should be rewarded for being good at their job. They might be a horrible manager.
Yeah.
Right? The two things are very different abilities. So, kind of a classic 20th century corporate mistake, right? So I like that, but I think wizards, yeah.
Yeah, a sorcerer should. Maybe they could even do like a points thing. If you're under 150 points, you could just go in another unit.
Yeah, I don't like in Daughters. I think it's the Hag Queen and the Slaughter Queen on foot. I kind of wish were. They could do it that way too, right? Like I have a Hag Queen and Slaughter Queen on foot, or I can have one on Cauldron of Blood. The Cauldron of Blood one can be a general.
Yeah,
but
makes
the
sense.
foot ones should be able to,
just hang out and do whatever. All right.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? All right. Does this guy still need it? No, this guy got it. All right. Now I'm gonna wait. Throw some null on these bad boys.
No, some armies do, some armies don't. Slaves do. Nighthaunt have a couple add-on heroes, and sort of weirdly, none of them are good. I think.
Yeah.
But actually, I think the Spirit Torment's kind of good, but I don't know. Not good enough to find points for so far for me.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, I will on the stream. We'll take them, but Daughters only have one. Trees only have one. It's so weird. I mean, trees also kind of have it. Trees are like that's weird. Well, they got rid of the one, right? The branch witch, like the horrible old model. Trees are like actually weirdly in a dearth of foot heroes. They have like one. They're down to like
because they're all monsters, right?
The Tree Lord, Belthanos now. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, they kind of are weird with that Lady of Vines. Yeah, they don't actually have a lot of little foot. It's just the Arch Revenant, I think, right, folks at home? Is Branchwitch still a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
New Warcry box has trees. Patsy says.
Branchwitch is still a thing. Okay.
All right. How's the building going for those chosen?
It's okay. I think I can maybe get done 3.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gabbing. I keep dropping this thing.
I actually did a small amount of kit bashing. I always do a little bit of kit bashing whenever I build anything, even if it's just swapping out a weapon. So.
Oh yeah.
I have some. I want to compare our chosen to each other.
I have not kit bashed. Okay, let's enter a poll in like 4 minutes, folks.
Okay.
Now, do you know what the poll is, sorry?
I didn't know. I didn't see it.
I actually picked a poll that's maybe relevant for you.
Okay.
Okay, because it's your sweet spot of growing up as a kid.
Okay.
It's 10 years too late for me. Which 2000s cartoon needs a Michael Bay film adaptation?
Oh my, none.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
Okay.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Okay.
Invader Zim.
Okay.
Or Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Okay.
Which one of these, do you want to see get a Michael Bay film adaptation?
So this sounds like which of these do I want to...
Live action.
Which one of these do I want to ruin?
Live action.
Live
action. For sure, Sydney Sweeney plays Mandy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, then that one.
You have to. Right.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking probably Billy and Mandy would actually be the most interesting, just because, like, what do you do with that? That'd be kind of fun.
Okay.
I think that's the most potential.
Okay.
It would be terrible, though, and it would ruin it. I was not an Invader Zim type of person. Like, I feel like Invader Zim was, like, laser pointed at a certain demographic.
Really? What?
Like, not me.
Laser point.
Laser pointed
at. Counts as laser pointed.
Yes.
Not me.
Yeah.
I love the idea of them making a real live action Jackie Chan Adventures.
And it's just
that's not Jackie Chan.
But it's not Jackie Chan. Yeah.
I mean that is actually kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Like give a young actor a chance to.
Jackie Chan plays Grandpa.
Yeah, he could play exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Fairly Odd Parents, for sure. I think Daryl Parnell has to play the dad, right? Yeah. He'd be amazing as the dad.
Yeah.
It's got to be like Daryl Parnell and who could play the mom? Oh, you know who? Oh, she's so good. Sarah Paulson. Daryl Parnell, Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
She's. Oh my God! What are like some things Sarah Paulson has been in? People. Give me like Sarah Paulson's in a ton of stuff. She's amazing.
That's not the mom from Malcolm in the Middle, is it?
No,
That's what I was thinking.
No, that mom, no. I know she's in a season of American Horror Story, but I don't watch that show. I think they did like a Nurse Ratched show, like mini series. She was in that. She just played Linda Tripp in. Well, she didn't just play. We just watched this. She also played the lawyer in American Crime Story in the O.J. Simpson trial one. She's been in a bunch. Who was Invader Zim adopted for?
I feel like that was like kids who would describe themselves as quirky. Self-describe themselves as quirky. And would maybe go to like Hot Topic.
That's Invader Zim?
I feel like there's a crossover.
Hot Topic and Invader Zim? Okay. Which of these did you watch?
Billy and Mandy.
That's the only one?
I also watched Fairly Odd Parents, and I guess Jackie Chan Adventures to some, but not because I wanted to. It's because it was on TV.
That's because I was forced to. No, I know what you mean. Yeah,
it was like on, and I was like, all right, well.
It happens.
I'll just watch this, I guess.
Okay.
Now, Shaolin Soccer. No, not Shaolin Soccer. Shaolin Soccer is a movie. There was another Kung Fu kids show. I would watch that one. I forget the name of it, though.
Seppi says
Shaolin
Invader Zim fans liked weird stuff for the sake of liking weird stuff because it was different.
Yes, that is exactly what I mean.
Oh, fascinating.
That's probably the show is actually probably good. I think the fandom kind of threw me off of it.
I'm trying to think of who was that. What you're just so honestly, I'll tell you guys that like movie. I'm not sure what cartoon.
I'm not here making enemies to Dave.
I'm not sure what '90s cartoon did that. People might say Ren and Stimpy, but I don't think so. I think people who liked Ren and Stimpy which I did like, generally just liked weird things, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what 90s cartoon would fill that role.
I don't think there was one. I think maybe Invader Zim may have been
the first
the template
of liking weird things for weird things' sake.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've heard some not hot takes. I've heard some like passionate. So I'm
not passionate.
I've
about
never
this.
seen any of these.
That's
I think I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes of Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
And
it's
maybe
fine.
an episode or 2 of like just in the background of Billy and Mandy. But like for the most part, I've not seen any of these shows. I was in college.
Yeah.
Right. But I was like, oh, I can't always pick 90s and 80s stuff that I know. I should, we
want to include
you're 10 years younger. Our audience is mostly 10 years younger. So it's like, whatever. I can't keep doing this. So I picked these ones, and I don't know really anything about them. I did research it. I did kind of read about them, and like every single one of them I know of, and every single one of them I can picture in the animation. I can kind of But I was kind of taking guesses on like what's the style of the show. Grim Adventures is also like, in addition to Billy and Mandy, there's like a skeleton man, right?
He's the Grim Reaper. Yeah.
That's like the 3 of them are like on a team or like doing shit together, right? Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of an interesting.
Who would definitely be played by a Skarsgård for sure.
No, the death is too funny. I think he's a Jamaican accent too.
Oh, okay. All right. So.
Or something like that.
Okay.
Probably not authentic.
Interesting. All right. So we'll close the poll. We have a winner, Jackie Chan Adventures. So how would you cast Jackie Chan Adventures for
a modern audience?
For a modern, what does a Michael Bay Jackie Chan Adventures cartoon look like? I've never seen this show.
Okay, what is it? It's a show about getting talismans. I'm trying to collect these talismans.
I love that we're making Sarai answer for everyone.
Yeah, they're trying to get these talismans. I think the talismans give them like superpowers.
Okay.
It's like usually aspect of some animal associated with it, and he has like a little cousin or niece or something, and she's like American, but like, yeah.
Okay.
So she's like a little brat, but with a heart of gold.
Okay.
How do we make this into a movie? Well, you start off with her parents getting killed, that's for sure.
Whoa. Well, it is a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah,
I
Michael
guess.
Bay. She definitely gets destroyed.
Also, does she remain a little girl, or is she like? Is it like?
I mean, do we gritty reboot it? Is that what you're asking?
It's a Michael Bay reboot. It's just.
I don't watch those.
You know what a Michael Bay movie is? Like Transformers.
Is Bad Boys a Michael Bay movie?
No, it's not.
Jerry
No,
Bruckheimer.
Bad Boys is. No, I don't think so. But it's not far off.
Yeah. Yes, Jackie Chan is definitely Uncle, for sure.
Okay, Jackie Chan's uncle. I like that.
One more thing.
Anyway, you can all have some time to think about this, but
Yeah.
I do expect this.
I expect you to write this in the
I
Discord
expect this movie. Yeah.
to be answered.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be it's funny. I can't remember the last. It's been years since anybody brought up any of these shows with me, but I do remember the last time Invader Zim getting brought up. People having like coming out of the gate strong with thoughts and feelings about it. I wonder what I missed there.
I don't know. It's just like a little bit of the I'm so random.
Okay.
You know that kind of era, I'm so random.
Yeah, I do know that era, and I hated it.
That is Invader Zim.
It's
firmly in that era.
You know who I think of from that era that I hate?
Who?
And like everybody thought was like the hottest chick ever for like 2.5 years was Zooey Deschanel. Oh my God, so freaking annoying.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, thank God.
I know the name.
She's late in that era. Like
I couldn't.
New Girl. She's in the show New Girl.
She was in a lineup. I could not point.
Yeah, super annoying. Never sure what the buzz was about her. And now we all
Nepo baby.
Now we all know that we hate her.
Is a
Thankfully.
term. Legacy.
I think
Artist.
Yeah.
Actor.
A legacy.
Legacy actor. I'm waiting for this to dry. It'll be dry soon, and then I can move on. In fact, I'll start mixing that up.
A lot of the Chosen. Oh, so you were talking about the Chosen with the drum, and you decide you don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like that. Why are you playing a drum in the middle of battle? We're not Gloomspite. What are you doing?
I made him, and then as soon as I made him and sat him, and he was like fully painted, and I tried to do some good work on the drum skin, and Brett had like previously painted a drum skin that looked awesome. I was like, oh, I'm inspired by Brett's drum skin. I'm gonna try to also do a good drum skin. I feel like I did a good drum skin, but then I put all 5 Chosen together.
Yeah, and he's like, look at this idiot.
He makes no sense, and like, you know what I imagine? Like, how many times do you think they were like in battle or pre-battle? I meant pre-battle. Like someone's talking and he's like like dancing around, hitting this thing, and someone just like tries to grab it from him, and he keeps doing it. And they're like, stop playing the drum, and he keeps doing it, and they're like trying to get him to stop, and he just keeps hitting the drum. That's like the vibes I get from that model. Like he just keeps playing the drum no matter what. Yeah, and he's playing just like stupid crap all the time, just like.
Definitely the vibe.
Yeah, definitely.
They should have given him a different instrument, like a horn, and he'll be the musician, right?
Yeah.
Or a baby model, like they do with Stormcast. You know how he brings his grandpa to work.
They should have. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, bring
my grandpa, the horn player.
I think they should give him a violin, and the little case should be on the ground.
Oh,
like you see like the little rosin in there and everything.
What is the most chaos instrument? Everyone, what instrument would Chaos play besides drums? I feel like drums is too obvious.
I'd like to see him. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see him making a reed for his oboe. Whoa! The Chaos Chosen musician.
Saxophone.
The Chaos Chosen musician is a double reed player, and he's actually making his own reed right now.
Pretty cool.
Well, like you see the oboe on one of those oboe stands.
Oh my god!
And then he's like sitting and like making a reed.
Yeah. It's like leaned against. He's playing keyboard.
Yeah.
Keyboard would be good too.
You see him like working like I love the idea of like them like doing the maintenance part of the instrument. You see like the keyboard guy like looking somewhere to plug in.
Yeah. He's cleaning the spit valve on the
trumpet. Yeah, trombone cleaning. Yeah. Oh my god. They need more of that.
Yeah.
The real part behind being a musician.
All right.
Should we see where you're at?
Yeah. So here we'll give them a preview before I move on to the next step. So it's dry. It's okay. I think I'm wondering if I should hit a dry. I might hit it with a dry brush real fast. Actually, now that I'm looking at it on camera. Might hit a quick dry brush, very light, of the previous color, though two-part jade, 1 part bright jade. Let me get this off here.
Skaven are an interesting army, Liam. I don't know particularly what I would be excited to see.
Are we talking about instruments?
No. We could.
No, this is still wet. Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, switch off. It's still drying. So.
I guess one thing that would be like what else would be cool to see for Skaven? Like, what's a Skaven thing that they don't have yet that you're like, Skaven need this?
Cavalry.
Yeah, do they? Like, just
do they need it or?
Yeah. Do they need it? Should they have it?
Yes.
I mean, they run. Liam says cavalry. They run around underground. Like, yeah. I don't know. You have to. So okay. Gloomspite gets. They're also underground. They've got squigs. They've got spiders. The wolves. The Gits mob. The wolves part of it aren't underground, right? And the spiders aren't either. They're in trees, right?
Yeah.
So So I don't accept rats driving other rats. Although it is what we got.
They literally do that, though.
Yeah, so if it's not rats with other rats, what's their cavalry? Roach? A roach?
No, it has to be rats. It has to be other rats.
Because that's like really important that Skavens are just all rats all the time.
I mean, they've already established it.
That's the only option.
I think so.
You can't have a Skaven.
I don't think they should have new animals.
Not riding like a flying roach.
they just ride horses.
How disappointing. How disappointing for the Skaven cavalry units to come out, and they're just riding normal
regular horses.
2 attacks,
Boring.
105, 103.
That's it? That's what
Moves 12 inches.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're just clan rats on horses.
Yeah.
3 wounds, just 5 up save. Special ability, redeploy 4. That counts as a 4th. They roll 1, 2, or 3. That's it. Yep, that's it. That's what
I guess if you want to do key, do we delve into the realm of like Redwall-esque, where animals, you know, and we're like, they're riding rabbits, or something.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I said, what's wrong with roaches? Flying roaches.
I feel like bugs is not Skaven.
Bugs, okay.
No bugs.
What about okay? So here's the thing. So let's say it's not giant rats.
Okay. Even though that's what it should be.
Let's step away from giant rats.
It should be giant rats, but okay.
I like this. Use Skyer gimmicks or gimmicils.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's trying to say, Cody, but yeah. What about
gyro wheels?
What about not necessarily more things like that, but what about it's just items. It's their little cars. Their little. What about
driving our little cars?
Yeah.
Little go-karts?
Yeah. Yeah, and all they do is have a bomb on the back of them. They just drive in and
explode.
Detonate and they charge you, and each one on a 2-up does that many mortals. That's it. Here's a unit of 5. I mean, that'd be 5 D3 mortal wounds, potentially.
Unironically, I think if we had rat versions of Storm Boys from the Orcs in 40K.
With the rocket on the back?
A rocket, but they just die when they launch?
Yeah. No, I was kind of thinking, I like the idea of Skaven bombers, right? Suicide bombers. And I think, that could be where the cavalry go. You know? You go score your take the flanks, and you turn them into the center of the board and crash them into something.
I also like the idea that you actually don't control, and every turn you have to roll to see if they just explode.
I mean, that would be very Skaven-y. Here's this drum circle jackass. I'll tell you the other thing about the Chosen kit that I like / don't like. I like that I don't have to use. I like that they give me multiple head options, because half of the heads are really dumb.
Yeah. In fact, I head swapped almost all of them.
Any of them without large horns are
pretty bad.
Pretty bad, because they don't. Because that. What is that?
It's like a guy growing horns.
I don't even like that one. I think you
monohorn. Nope, no monohorn for me.
You have one guy without any horns.
Yeah, this is a Stormcast head though. This is the guy I shaved all his crap off.
He's just a good guy.
Yeah, this is the guy who I shaved everything off of him.
Yeah, he's like, here's what I look like when I'm just a guy.
He's like, I'm not.
Can we get a? Can we get
this guy caused much pain for people who watch shorts.
Oh! I see. You used him in a short. We don't really watch each other's shorts.
So yeah, here's this chaos guy, right? No trim. I shaved all the trim off. So he's got almost.
That's him.
He has almost regular armor. He's a Stormcast face, so he doesn't look like super messed up.
Yeah.
And his axe is a little simplified.
Looks cool with the axe, though, honestly. Yeah.
And then here's a chaos guy, right? So for this guy,
I have a question about the first guy.
Yeah.
Why would you play chaos? No,
oh God, that's a really bad investment. You're not getting good return on your investment.
You're gonna get horrible when you go to
resell value.
Resell that army, you're gonna get horrible.
I don't plan on reselling it though, so it's good. I did switch his weapon, so he has a big maul mace thing. What did he have originally? Can you check the icon? Yeah,
same thing that you have. It looks a little different. I don't know. This is my guy. I just built that guy.
Oh. Which one did I swap out? I swapped something out.
It looks like you absolutely did not swap that out.
No, I swapped this one out. That's what it is.
Oh, that guy. That guy I think has an axe. A two-handed axe.
Yeah. So this guy has them all. Sorry. This guy has... I swapped him out for a maul. Because I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Hey, should we do some fan stuff?
We should.
Let's do fan stuff, everybody.
Okay.
If you are new, we feature stuff...
wait. Sorry. Before we do that, I'm going to show what I'm going to do, what I'm doing. Just so we can, because I want to let this start drawing as soon as possible.
Whenever Saray gets this stuff out, good
things
happen.
Things are happening.
That's
All right, so this is Mineral Spirits.
That's the tagline for members only brand. Did you know that?
Things are happening.
When you put it on, things happen.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Which has to be true.
Yes.
I mean, it is a fact. A lot of slogans are not facts.
This one's a literal fact.
That is an actual fact. Members only.
So what I have here is AK Rust Streaks.
Should we go to let's get a
All right, so I've got this Rust Streaks here. I don't want to let it get too like if you have too much Mineral Spirits, it'll start to fall apart like this. Mm-hmm. I don't need it to be in focus for you to see that. It's like getting gritty. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put some directly on the brush, wipe it, and then just get a little bit worked into the brush here. And then here's our buddy. Where is he? There he is. I'm going to slowly start putting some on there. And just cover all the armor. And so this is enamel. It's an enamel wash. Well, actually, it's not technically it's not a wash. It's an enamel paint. So that means you can reactivate the paint later. And what we're going to end up doing is I'm going to end up wiping this all off. Not all of it, but wiping a good amount of it off. And it'll stay in the recesses. And it'll kind of tint the armor slightly. So it'll have a slight orange tint in some areas.
Well, it smells great.
Yeah, it smells really good. You want to huff it?
Are we not huffing it right now? Is there...
Oh, yeah, that's good. Losing brain cells here. But... Oh, sorry. It's all out of focus, isn't it? Yeah, this looks bad. I know. But you're going to wipe away most of it, like I said. And it's going to be some cool armor. All right, you can switch off of me now. We can do fan stuff.
Okay, here we go.
All right, who's this?
Okay, this is Young Yarnamite.
Young Yarnamite. I've seen that name before.
Yeah, with some kind of dark metal Night Haunt.
Very cool.
I think he may have also... I think I saw this like last night on the Night Haunt Reddit also.
Oh, cool.
Forget. Yeah. But it looks great.
You cheating on us? Yarnamite? You going around?
I know.
What's happening here?
Classic Night Haunt look. I think this is like the Warcry chain rasp.
Oh, interesting.
No, I don't know what this is. Well, that's a Knight of Shrouds on foot. Basically impossible to find right now, by the way.
Oh, well.
The Knight of Shrouds on foot has that cool kind of new thing that Fourth Ed does a lot, where he charges, he fights, and someone else fights,
and gives him a bonus.
But he also passes out +1 to hit. Yeah.
Nice. One of my favorite changes.
It's a great change, yeah. Very nice stuff. Okay, here's an Abraxia.
Oh, my girl.
This is by Bond.
What's up, Bond?
Yeah.
I think I've seen this on Reddit, too.
Yeah. Really?
The Slaves to Darkness.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. Yeah, this looks great.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
Really nice on the Chaos Circle, on the thigh of...
Yeah.
What's Abraxia's pet's name? Do you know?
I do, actually. Well, I don't know off the top of my head. It's...
You gotta know all the names of all the pets.
Garno something.
Gonzo. Garno.
No. It's
Garno.
Trono. Tron. Its name is Tron.
I like Garno. Abraxia and Garno.
Yeah, Abraxia, Abraxion, and Abraxioff.
This looks great. Garno looks good. I like the colors.
Big fan of Garno.
I like the colors you picked for Garno. I like Abraxia's red cape.
Yeah, it looks good. I really like the cape, actually. The red, good job. Thanatorg, thank you.
The red of Abraxia's red cape goes great with Garno's skin.
Not Thanatorg.
Scales. Nope, his name's Garno.
His name's Garno.
Okay, this is our friend Cody.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I don't know what highlighting I like best on this, but this was a practice in some awesome highlighting.
Yeah, really good.
You know, honestly, weirdly, I think my favorite part of this model is the sickle.
Yeah, the sickle's really done really well. I like the little skull. Is that a mustache? It almost looks like a dwarf, like skull.
Oh yeah, it does. It looks like almost like a Caradron.
Yeah.
Symbol. Yeah. Yeah, this guy looks great.
I like his eyebrows.
Yeah. Who highlights eyebrows? Psycho.
Cody,
I know. It's great.
Very nice.
This looks great.
Big fan.
Look at the black, by the way. The black cape.
Yeah, skin's looking great too. Yeah. And that hair.
The hair looks great.
Right.
Oh, this is cool. So this is Maximus, new to the Discord. Maximus, welcome. Did an amazing job on this altar of skulls, I think it's called, or altar of chaos.
That's some old terrain, isn't it?
This is some old, and I was lamenting how I actually like this piece a lot.
Yeah.
We had one at Titans, and I dechaosified it to make it a Gur altar.
Horrible. How could you?
When I was over there, and it's not a terrain piece I ended up with when I left the channel, which I'm sad about because I really did like this piece a lot. Now, they're hard to find. They hold up mostly okay. Mm-hmm. Mostly okay. What's nice about them is you can actually go up and play on them. Like you can put models on that thing.
Yeah.
Like pretty easily. A lot of models can fit on this.
Yeah, a big problem with terrain now is like it doesn't seem to be built with playing on it in mind. So.
Yeah, but this thing does have its problems. First of all, and it's late enough in the stream that I'll go ahead and say the F word. What the fuck are these giant skulls? Because they seem like we're supposed to believe that they're real.
They're giants.
That they're not just like decorations, but like...
There's nothing in the game that has skulls that big.
Nothing in the game looks like this, or ever looked like this. It's way too big for a Gargant.
Chaos went around and,
It's just weird, yeah. So there's that about this piece. And when you think about it, that is the part that doesn't hold up because that is unrestrained. I want to say 2008 Games Workshop, just being like, You know what? What if there are 6 giant skulls on this?
They're
thing?
like, hell yeah, bro.
Yeah.
GW sculptors will see this and think, hell yeah.
Yeah. Maximus, welcome and good sculling. I'm glad you brought the skulls out. Actually, when I painted the Gur one, I did not. I did the skulls as if they were stone.
Oh, interesting.
Because of what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What the hell are those skulls?
Somebody went out and carved them.
Makes no sense.
Hell yeah, someone's getting their Skaven Tide box on.
Someone is Mini Mahler.
Cool.
Very nice. I like the yellow.
Very nice.
Looks great. I brought this up before. I love the autumn base with the yellow, right?
Yeah. Right? Yellow and silver looks fantastic.
This makes me want to just get like a scarf and just get like a cool crisp autumn weather.
Yeah.
This is
me too. I want that, but only because it's 100 degrees here.
It is way too hot. And also, have you noticed that in the Bay Area, autumn is like the hottest part of the year?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's weird, actually. Yeah, the yellow's great, and
silver's great. It's all great. It's a great model.
It's really great. It's great. Great stuff. Great bases. I really love the base.
And the blood.
This is Saul.
Saul.
Yeah, Saul.
Yeah, that's right.
Nice wing work here.
Yeah, we were working on wings. He was working on wings.
Yeah.
It's looking good. This is a zombie dragon, right?
Zombie dragon.
Yeah.
Unmounted zombie
dragon.
A rare unmounted zombie dragon.
It looks awesome.
It looks cool. It's a weird kit too. Its wings don't work the way you want them to work or think that they should work. They feel inverted or backwards, and it's kind of a mess to put together.
Yeah. It looks good though.
Yeah, he did a nice job. I like red and purple together.
Yeah.
Pretty much always crowd pleasing. Okay, this is an action shot, so not the best picture for determining models, but how cool models look. But Ty, I think this was Spearhead.
Oh, cool.
Or it might have been AOS. I full AOS, but cool action shot.
Look, you're showing off that scare shield. I like it.
Yeah, it actually is kind of a cool focal point, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of cool. You could almost kind of because of how it turned out, it has this bizarre greeniness to it.
Yeah.
And, the color palette that it really kind of looks like a weird
it's one of those 80s or 70s movie. Or
yeah. Or like when you see those 50 photographs from history that you won't believe.
Definitely has that. It looks like an old film. I like it.
And that's it. That's it. Back to Garno.
Yeah, it was shout out to Garno. All right. So I'm just waiting for this to dry. I have it sitting over the fan over here.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna sit here quietly while you finish the stream.
Well, I finished the stream. Yeah. Well, we have. I'm not. It's sort of funny. I have not been doing anything for a little bit here, because I don't want to start a chosen. I don't want to end mid chosen.
Yeah.
Here, so I finished 2, and I don't want to start a third one.
Yeah, you don't want to start. Okay, well, there's a half-finished Therodon if you want to finish that.
No.
Oh. Well, what do we do?
Well, I don't know. You don't have any.
No. What do we do?
Let's talk about a hobby tool.
Okay.
Um,
Want to talk about this? I hate these.
you don't like the handle?
It's actually fine for right now.
Yeah.
This has broken more models than it's helped me with.
How so?
So, okay. You want to come in? Come on.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I don't know what genius
This is
designed
bonus content, by the way.
freaking thing.
This is unscripted.
Right, look. Okay, yeah.
Cire
yeah.
and Zach unscripted.
It holds the model, sure. But it falls over super easy. Look how easy this thing falls over.
Well, what do you want it to
Fucking
do?
thing fell out. See what I'm saying? This thing sucks.
Oh, you want it to be like one of those like little.
If I put it down, I don't want it to fall over.
You want it to be like one of those little egg toys where like. From like the 80s, where like if you knock it, it like just goes.
No.
It bobs right back up.
All they need to do is to flare the base a little, or make it less tall. This thing knocks. Dude, I've knocked over so many models, broken so many models using one of these that I don't use it anymore.
How do you want it to be shorter though? Then your hand can't hold it.
It certainly can, because I know the old one, the version before this was shorter, had a bigger base on the bottom that was flat, completely flat, much better.
What about?
It's bad. I don't like this.
They could have. There's a number of ways they could fix it.
Yeah. This whole thing also.
Weeble wobbles. Yeah, is that
Yeah.
what that's called? I think Weeble wobble would be the best way to fix it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't use these. I just put them on the. I don't know. So I really haven't never used these that much. We have. I want to say like 3 of the small ones. And you know what's also weird about them?
What's that?
We were just at the Games Workshop in Los Gatos, our local Games Workshop.
Yeah.
And we bought that size. Is that ours or is that yours?
That's yours.
That's ours. Okay.
Yeah.
And I thought it would be like, whenever I buy a GW thing,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, here goes $1 million.
Uh-huh.
It was not expensive. It was like $17, something like that. Maybe that's expensive.
That's a lot for a piece of plastic
it
that
would be-
breaks your models.
This is how we go to the GW store. We always want to buy something because we feel bad if we don't. It's
Yeah.
fine. So we buy something. Usually we're there to buy something anyway, so it's
Yeah.
fine. So we buy something, and that was what it was. And I was just walking out, and Meg was the one that suggested we buy it because we don't have the big. That's the only big
Yeah.
one. We have like 3 of the small ones.
Yeah.
And I just assumed, like in my head, when she picked it up and handed it to me, and I paid for it. I don't think I was paying attention, or we bought a few other things.
Yeah.
I literally was like, my guess was like $55.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
That's how damaged I've been by.
Yeah, that's how
Games
hurt
Workshop prices.
GW. All right, you know what? I'm gonna start a little early.
Oh boy,
Oh, hey,
this will
spider
be
again.
good. What's that?
Spider. Not anymore.
Sorry, I just killed a spider on air.
Death.
Was that spider?
That's how I feel about a Ragnarok spider.
Yeah, was that spider?
Yeah, that's spider.
Okay.
All right, so normally I would wait maybe another 20, 30 minutes before I do this next step, but we're running out of time. So I've got a sponge here
Okay.
with a tiny bit of mineral spirits on it. In fact, I'm going to dip it, and then I'm going to get most of it off, right? So, like, here's the... Right, let's see. Like,
Get it off there in the brown paper that we use all week, too,
Yeah.
so we smell it.
yeah,
Thank you.
smells good.
It's great. Could have used a towel for that or anything, but
Nope.
right there in the paper.
No, there you go.
It's great. Thank you.
Get there.
That's right where I hobby all week long. I love it. All right.
Now you'll be reminded of this technique.
Of the gas station.
Yeah. So what you do, and then you just wipe it away gently, because you are rubbing. So be careful not to rub too hard, or you'll rub the paint away below. So we're just rubbing away. Now this is normally easier if it's a little bit dry, a little more dry than I have it currently. There you go. Keep wiping away.
But like you said, you could take off your layer of paint.
Yeah, you have to be careful. You could varnish beforehand. That's normally what I do, but I didn't want to bother today.
And that would make it so you would be less likely to rub paint off?
Yeah, exactly. At least rub the layers below off. You want to get, I want to say like 95% of this orange off. And so the reason I have the mineral spirits here is it reactivates the paint if it is fully dry. This isn't fully dry anyway, so I could probably get away with just the sponge. Also, if you can also use Q-tips for this. The reason I don't like using Q-tips is because
He needs cotton swab.
Whatever. The reason I don't like cotton swabs is they can leave
Cotton swab.
swabs.
They can leave swab.
They can leave tendrils.
It's called swab.
Oh,
They can leave swab behind.
Is that what it is? Is it the little strings?
I don't know. I like that.
It's called swab.
It's called swab. Oh, there's some swab left.
Oh no, there's some swab on my swab. Okay. Oh jeez.
Oh my God! What a stream! Another classic in the books. Garbo. We got Garbo.
Was it Garbo or was it Garno?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Garno? Garbo?
Garlo. Garlo the Abraxia's friend.
Yeah, Garno, I think is what we said. That's what you told me the name was.
That's what his name is.
Garno. It's like, it's weird because it's pretty dumb, but also it's almost close enough to be like,
you could see
wouldn't
it.
quite bat an eye at it at first, but then you think about it.
All right. So yeah.
Gummies have entered the chat. I know it seems like that, Pat, but we didn't. It's sort of like Squigs Gone Wild. Am I right? Remember we talked about that? Were you here? No. Were you there when we talked about that?
No.
Oh. So Squigs have this ability called Squigs Gone Wild.
Oh yeah.
And they still have it. They like redid it and like did an index and it's still called Squigs Gone Wild.
That's like
right. And I think so. Okay. So
wait, hold on. I got one more before you continue. That's like what is it? Orcs and God, I gotta say this right. Cunning stunts. In their vehicles. Cunning stunts.
Oh my God. Yeah, but I think Squigs Gone Wild is funny because like I don't know who.
Oh. Keep going.
Took some paint off.
Yeah.
The horns. Yeah. I don't know who kept that name when the index and the last book came out.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they don't know where it came from.
They're just like, yeah, just keep it.
Because like, okay, I get that like we don't have to, like I get there's such thing as over canceling, right? Of old things from the 90s and 2000s.
Uh-huh.
Some things need to be canceled, some don't.
Yeah.
Okay, but Girls Gone Wild was pretty bad at the time. Like it came out by like 2009, 2010. It came out how exploitive it was.
Yeah,
and how
we're
many
like,
people
yeah,
got
you probably
hurt
should do
doing
this.
it. It was really bad, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess that it got that name, I'm sure, from the era.
Yeah, you know, people were a little different.
And then I don't think any future GW employee ever. I think they just don't know where it comes from.
Just like whatever.
And or the history of Girls Gone Wild. And so they just keep calling this rule Squigs Gone Wild.
And everyone's like, please stop.
Please stop calling the rule Squigs Gone Wild. And
Like,
you guys,
no, we're going to keep doing it.
I don't know. No, I don't know if they know. Like, we should tell them. We should
Just send them video of it.
send them
a video of
this.
the commercials.
Congratulations. This is what you're naming this ability after.
All right. So here it is. Obviously, it's kind of hard to tell because it's all shiny still, but once it's dry, you're going to get a nice, matte, rusty streaks over his armor. It'll be just a little bit of orange introduced into the color.
Which is, like, great for TO anyway,
Yeah.
right? These are, like...
Yeah. And there we go.
See, haven't heard steel drums the same way since. Oh, my God.
All right.
Folks.
Should we stop?
Yeah, we should stop.
Before we
Folks,
get hurt ourselves?
we have a stream Saturday morning at 10 in the morning. Me, Cire, and John. John and Cire are playing. I'll be producing.
Oh, I thought I was producing. Whatever.
produce? You can produce.
Whatever.
No,
we'll all be here.
Well, all three of us will be here. Sounds like we don't know the matchup.
Nope.
But we do know Flesh Eater Courts will be
Yep.
there. Because certainly John will be producing.
Yes, John will be here.
Because he doesn't know how to.
Yes.
So only you and I know how to produce. So one of us will be producing, one of us will be playing. We will figure that out soon. So it makes sense.
Yes, so that we can make sense of this whole thing.
Yeah, so we have a thumbnail and everything. So I think that's it. Hey, a big thanks to our Mandrills. There are more and more of you guys happening. Do consider becoming a Mandrill. We are wanting to get more Mandrills.
Yes.
So therefore, do consider becoming one.
Yeah, it helps the channel out. And speaking of, do you have Iron Jaws? We don't.
We currently don't.
We want to expand our studio and armies, so if you want to help us get to that goal.
Our dear friend Bryce, local Bryce to the area, does have some Iron Jaws. He started the army. He's a great painter too. But he's a new parent. I don't know how far he is in his Iron Jaws journey, Seppi. So I don't know how often we will run those. But, as every good content creator says, we will one day soon.
Yeah. It's in the pipeline.
Soon. Everything's in the pipeline for the most part. And I think maybe we could get them from Bryce and either have him play in one stream or one of us. So I think we did it.
We did it.
Yeah, that's it. Saray, anything else?
No.
Okay, folks, as we like to say, be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other, always be creating. Bye, guys.